Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 2 game, y'all. Let's get it, y'all. Part 2 game, y'all. Let's get it. Like, share, subscribe. Get it. Let's go. I promise you, man. The dude Jim said, hey, those my hot dog trays. Hold them jumps till we come out. Those my trays. I said, who trays? He said, my tray. I said, bro, listen. This is my tray, bro. You tripping. You tripping. I said, you tripping, man. He said, I'm tripping. I'm tripping. I'm tripping. And those my glizzy trays. I'm tripping. And those my hot dog trays. I'm tripping. I said, bro. He said, man, the police took it from me. You gonna let them take it from me and you gonna eat it? He was like, where they get these young boys from? Where they get these young boys from? I'm like, I'm watching them talk this selling. I'm like, I said, you know what, man? I said, man, I'm gonna holler at you when we come back out. I said, but yo, these hot dog trays gone though, bro. I said, I don't mean no harm. So my roommate, like, he see me kind of like, he like, what's up? I'm like, nah, ain't nothing. So I dip. I ain't gonna argue with old head Jim right there, man. Like, real talk, man. Like, you know, a lot of them old dudes, like, you know, like, now I see kind of like how the young generation kind of be bumping heads with the old heads, like, because, like, I'll say a lot of them old dudes that I used to do time with, not all of them, a lot of them used to think they know everything, and they treat you like, because you young, you don't know nothing. But, like, we all got, you know what I mean, leadership qualities within us, man, no matter the age. But at the end of the day, like, I already know we younger or whatever the case is. We might be wilder or whatever the case, man. But still, though, man, like, just because you say something, that don't mean it's law. That don't mean I got to go with nothing, man. And for real, like, the way he was talking, like, I felt like I was right, y'all. The police took the food from the man. Like, y'all let me know if I was wrong. The police took the food from the man. If the police would have took the food from me and I would have seen somebody else eat, I'd have been like, yo, you ate my hot dogs. That's messed up, man. Nah. Those ain't really nobody hot dogs. Those are state hot dogs, man. I wanted a glizzy game, y'all. So boom, I wanted them glizzies, man. So nah, man, I'm being a petty young maniac. Y'all know the count, man. So I stood my ground when I went upstairs. I told my roommate to count. Hey, look, like, man, say word over here and talk about hold those hot dog trays till we come out. Those his trays. Oh boy was like, what? When I said that, he was just putting a bunch of mayonnaise on a hot dog. Pause. He was like, he was mayonnaise in the heck out that glizzy. Pause. He was like. He was hitting the man. I was like, bro, I ain't giving nothing back, bro. I was like, man, look, man. I started grabbing the toilet paper. I'm like, man, he tripping, man. He just gonna be mad at me. I'm letting you know now. He just gonna be mad at me, man. Like, I don't know what's going on here, bro. Like, this junk crazy, man. So I rolled the joint up, made me a donut, you know what I mean, with a toilet paper game. You know, got my lighter because we still had the tobacco going around this time. I went and got my lighter, put that joint on the edge of the toilet, man. We ain't got the pencil. I grabbed a glizzy, stuck the joint in the glizzy. Pause. You know what I mean? Went to the campfire game, y'all. So boom, I'm grilling them hot dogs, but me and my roommate still talking. He like, yo, for real, Weezy? You like, well, you might gotta watch old head Jill. He was like, yo, he one of them crafty old heads, bro. And he said he played with that knife. I'm like, man, listen, man. I was like, if old head wanna, you know, if he wanna spar or if he wanna go at it over this hot dog right here that I'm grilling right now. He was like, yeah, but you got 2 other trays from other people too. I said, yeah, but I bought them junks though, bro. He was like, so you got a bunch of hot dogs, get a man 2. I said, yo, look, I'm gonna hold 2 hot dogs for him, man. I said, I'm gonna offer him 2 hot dogs. That's all I got. But he was like, that's you looking out. You looking out. So I said, man, that's what I'm gonna do. So I did have a lot of hot dogs. I ate 3. You know what I mean? I did have a lot of hot dogs. I ate my 2. And I still had the 4 from the other 2 dudes that I had 2 trays. So once I had got that from them, you know what I mean? Like, I was holding on top of 2 more other trays. So I had 8 hot dogs. So it ain't about being greedy. You know what I mean? It ain't about that. I just know that these old heads, if the shoe was on that foot, they wouldn't be trying to compromise with nothing, y'all. So boom. So why should I? Why should I? Even though I had almost 10 dogs, why should I compromise, man? I told y'all, the glizzy game is a boss trait. I'm not toying around, man. The man told me I can have the food. The police took the food from him. Now, if this was his commissary, something that he spent money on, and the police took from him, and then they would have gave me his shit, and they would have gave me his stuff, then that's when I understood. I would have understood that, yeah, like I'm wilding with that. But nah, like not no freaking hot dog tray from the state, bro. Like it's over with, bro. You should have did what you're supposed to deal with them Jones. You left it all on the tray like you just that guy. Like they just ain't gonna come take the tray. He ain't even had the initiative to even like, yo, I took the hot dogs. Nah, he left everything on the tray. So I felt like he got caught slipping, man. These are my glizzies, man. Long story short, man, these are my glizzies, man. So I said I got 2 for bro, though, man. I understood what my roommate was talking about. I was like, man, I'm gonna look out for bro, man. So I slimmed the junk and I grilled me up some dogs, man. I grilled up them glizzies. You know what I mean? Dressed them up real nice. Mayonnaise, ketchup, mustard gang. Threw the beans on that junk, you know what I mean? That junk was a sloppy dog. Pause, y'all. So boom. Pause. It was, but once you do all of that, man, I'm telling you, man, it'd be like a good hot dog. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. So like, I ate good, man. So I'm waiting on count to clear. I grabbed 2 of the hot dogs, 2 slices of the bread. I grabbed, you know, when we eat chips, like when we got the little bags of chips, every time we eat a bag of chips, we don't usually throw the bag away. We'll keep the bag because you never know, Mike, when you might need the bag. You know what I mean? All you gotta do is just rinse it out, wipe it out. You know what I mean? It can become something that you can store stuff in. You want to bring it, but something back from the child hall, whatever the case. So, you know, this is the little bags of chips that we dealing with. So I put the 2 hot dogs and 2 slices of bread into the bag. You know what I mean? And like, and I'm just holding it for bro. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, I'm gonna hold it till we come out. So we supposed to be coming out, you know, like this is after lunch. We supposed to, after they feed everything, we supposed to be coming back out. So as we're sitting in the cell, I look at the clock, it's like 1 something. I'm like, damn, we ain't come back out yet. So I hear everybody hitting the button. So everybody's hitting the button asking why we haven't come back out, why we haven't come back out. The CO said, we don't know. We don't know what's going on. There's no movement right now. So they got us locked down. So we all sitting in the cell. So even though they took the trays from the dude Jim and went in his cell and took it, and him and the dude M got into it, but they were still the ones out there feeding. So when you do feed, they actually will let you out when it's lockdown time to take a shower. Now, we wasn't on lockdown. So this was when I was thinking a shower wasn't, we didn't have to take a shower. You know what I mean? So we wasn't on lockdown. So I was trying to figure out what they was doing, but they opened up Jim door. His door opened up. Then I seen M door open up. So they opened their door. And I look, they come with shower bags. So I come to the door. I'm looking. I see a dude say, hey, Jim, hey, what, we on lockdown or something? He was like, they said we might be out back until tomorrow. Like, for what? He's like, oh, no, you said they're going to bring the dinner trays. So I'm like, man, that junk crazy. So he going up the steps. So I'm on the door, you know, I'm in 31. I see him coming up the steps. I'm like, hey, Jim. Hey, Jim. He was like, he didn't want to stop. I said, Jim. Hey, Jim. He was like, he just looked at me and kept walking. I'm like, man, we don't carry yo BJ Armstrong from the Bulls in the face looking. I'm like, all right. You know what I mean? So I ain't say nothing. He go to the shower. He take his stuff off all aggressive. You know what I mean? Looking down at, you know what I mean? Not really like pumping action at me, but still I see the tension. I can see it. So I'm just looking at him. I'm like, what's up with this? I'm just looking at him like, man, what's up with this dude, man? So I see his roommate come up the steps. So when his roommate come up the steps, I said, yo, I call him. He come around and jump. He come to my cell. I slide my ID out. I said, yo, bro, pop my tray slide. He was like, all right. He looked at the lady in the booth. He popped my jump. I said, yo, bro, look, man, get this deal selling, man. He was like, what's what you got in this bag? I was like, bro, it's 2 glizzies, bro. I ain't say glizzy. It was 2 hot dogs and 2 pieces of bread, man. He was like, all right. I said, just get it yourself. He said, why you ain't get it to? I said, he wouldn't come to my door. He said, oh, yeah. I said, man, what, he mad like that? He was like, I ain't gonna do it, man. He was like, but yeah, he mad, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, man, what, like that on some beef? Like, he was like, nah, I don't know. I said, so you saying I should be ready? He was like, man, you always supposed to be ready. When he said that, I felt like that was a sign, y'all. So boom. So I'm like, man, you know what, man? Like I know old head ain't really, you know what I mean, pumping his tension out like this over them. You know what I mean? My roommate sitting on the top bunk, like he ain't want to take the dogs. I'm like, man, the man ain't even want to take the dogs, man. He was like, man, what can you do there? What can you do? I'm like, so look, basically he went from going at it with the old head M to now he want to bump heads with me, pause, over some glizzies. I'm like, man, listen, what he got to know is, man, I ain't that old head, y'all, so boom. So now I'm getting serious, because I get serious when I feel like, you know what I mean, I'm in danger. Now, every time you get into it with an old head in penitentiary, like when you a young dude like I was back then, early 20s and stuff like that, when you get into it with an old head, like, you instantly feel like you're in danger. So, like, anything you're going to do is going to be something that you're going to lash out. You're going to have to lash out if you feeling like you trapped or something like that. But I don't want to overreact. But, like, now I'm all the way on point, though. Like, I'm somebody that's being all the way on point with it. So I'm trying to chill. I'm gonna give him one more shot when he get out the shower. So I'm waiting for him to get out the shower. I'm just waiting, you know what I mean? I'm standing there, I'm like, standing in my door, Just waiting for him to get out of the shower. Like, man, hurry up, man. He been in the shower a minute. Man, I'm like, man, he need to hurry up, man. I'm like, so I finally hear him hit his flip-flops. Boom, 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 boom. So he get ready to walk. When he get ready to walk, I say, yo, Jim. Hey, yo, Jim, I get at to your cellar, man. He was like, get what to my cellar? I said, man, I gave him some hot dogs, man. He was like, oh, you gave him my hot dogs, huh? I was like, why you keep saying that, man? I was like, come here, man. He was like, nah, we'll talk. We'll talk. I was like, what? Like that right there, I ain't even gonna hold y'all. Like that right there kind of sounded like a threat. That shit sounded like a threat. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. That sounded like a threat. I was like, we gonna talk. I'm like, hold on, man. Like, old head got me mixed up. He gotta have me mixed up, man. But like, I was so happy like how things be falling because I'm like if I would have came to try to give him them glizzies and we was off lockdown and I was trying to put it in his hand and he would have acted crazy, man. I'm taking off first, y'all. So boom. I'm gonna be on the swing first. I'm not doing no touring around. I'm letting y'all know now I'm swinging first. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm gonna be the one to take off first, man. I'm telling you, man, because these old heads be super duper crafty. So I'm like, yo, like God working mysterious ways. Cause I'm telling my son, I'm like, yo, if I would have went down there and tried to get that man them glizzies, and he would have acted crazy, man. I was like, man, me and Jim would have wrecked down that jump, bro, over hot dogs. He was like, man, that jump's so petty to fight over some hot dogs, man. I was like, man, for real, bro, I don't even want to clash with a Jim over no hot dogs, man. But I was like, he got me mixed up. If he think he gonna pump any type of intimidation, you know what I mean, at me, like over some hot dogs. Like, I'm not, he tripping. Like, if you want drama over hot dogs, then we can have drama over hot dogs. That's what we can do, man. So like, the whole time we was in that sale, like, I'm feeling like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, this junk crazy. I'm like, man, this junk wild, though. I was like, man, but look, though, I told myself, I was like, I ain't gonna overreact. There's no need to overreact, man. I was like, because for real, he might just be mad. I was like, man, I gave him 2 hot dogs. I said, maybe when he go eat them hot dogs, maybe that'll calm him down. You know what I mean? My roommate was like, yeah, probably so. You know what I mean? So I'm like, man, I'm about to just chill. So I went back and just laid on the bed, y'all. I ended up taking a nap. You know what I mean? I ended up dozing off. Took me a little kick. Look, it wasn't a cat nap, but we on lockdown. We not going nowhere. So now the next thing is the dinner trays. So we just waiting for the dinner trays to come. So I lay down, I'm chilling, you know what I mean? I wake up, watch a little TV, my celly up there on quiet time, he probably got his headphones on. So I'm just in my thoughts, and my thoughts is telling me like, yo, look, bro, when we come off this lockdown, you need to get prepared, man. Like, real talk, you need to get really prepared because you don't know what this old head gonna do, man. I was like, man, and I told myself, man, like, it's been a very few times that I have clashed with older guys, and like, when I clash with the older guys, like, I be very like on point about it because like that's their whole thing about it. They think they can rock to sleep a younger dude, you know what I mean, and just do you dirty. No, like, so I told myself like I'm gonna get prepared. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm gonna get prepared, man. Like that's all I was thinking in the bed. Like I can't get caught slipping, man. Like I gotta get prepared, man. You know what I mean? So I'm in the bed just chilling, just thinking about ways that I can be prepared for whatever's gonna happen with this old head, man. Like, it's a few dudes in the pod I can talk to that's older from Norfolk that I can be like, yo, go talk to dude, man. You know what I mean? Because dude he was from Tidewater, but he went from Norfolk. So I could have been like, yo, go talk to him, man. Let old head know that ain't no drama over the hot dogs, you know what I mean? Like, but at the end of the day, man, like, I'm a man. You know what I mean? I'm a man. I don't do no touring around. So we gotta either talk or like he ain't gonna keep threatening me. Like I was thinking that too. Like I'm gonna go holler at the old head from the way I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. So like I was thinking in ways that it don't have to be violence. You know what I mean? Especially over no glizzies, y'all. Like but you see how fast a situation can happen. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe he was right. Maybe I should not eat his hot dogs, man. But I felt like that won't up with some state food, man. That won't up with some state food. It should have never went that far, man. But who knows who's right or wrong, y'all? So boom. This penitentiary, man. In penitentiary, like, everybody thinks they right, man. Like, everybody, man. Like, the only people that can prove you wrong in there is the cops, the COs and stuff like that, because they'll lock you up and prove that you're wrong, man. But other than that, the inmate, everybody thinks they right. So this is one of them times that I'm definitely feeling like I'm right, man. But I don't really want to beef with old head, but I'm gonna get definitely prepared, man. So the whole time this is going on, I'm thinking this, I forgot that they about to do dinner. So we hear the clock come in, the clock come in. So I'm chilling in the cell. So I'm just looking. I'm like, man, when they let him out, I was like, when they let him out, man, I'm gonna try to holler at him again. I ain't trying to get into it with old head, man. So I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm gonna holler at him again. My man was like, yeah, man. My roommate was like, yeah, do that, bro. Like, you know what I mean? He was like, but look, though, you think they gonna let him out? He was like, you know, they caught him stealing the trays. Like, you know what I mean? You think they gonna let him out? So I'm like, you right, though. I was like, they might let him out. You know what I mean? It depends. He was like, man, we gonna see. You know what I mean? So the clock was just sitting there for a minute. You know what I mean? Like, for real, I'm still full off the hot dogs. I still got hot dogs in the cut. So, like, everybody was just, the tray was just sitting there. But you got dudes that's hungry. So, usually after a good tray, like a hot dog tray, it's definitely going to be some BS. So, I'm sitting in the cell, and I'm just waiting for his door to get open. So, next thing you know, my door opened up. I was like, oh, man, the lady come on the intercom. Y'all trying to do these dinner trays. They pass down on shift chains and say, y'all pass out the trays at lunch. So, y'all want to do the dinner trays. I was like, trying to do the boom. Most seller was like, yeah. So we jump off the bed, boom. Like, let's go. So we dip. You know what I mean? So we go out down the steps. So as soon as I went down the steps, I could have went straight to cell 16 and said something to the dude, Jim. But I was like, no, I decided not to. I went downstairs. I went to the booth. I went and got my gloves. My roommate did the same thing. We went back to the tray slot. We start pulling out trays out, putting them on the table. You know what I mean? It's like 2 dudes is in there. That's common fare. One's a veggie tray. You know what I mean? But it turned out to be, it's a stupid chili mac tray. You know what I mean? Like I told you, I was always a dumb tray after the hot dog game. So it was almost nothing but a chili mac game. So that was a garbage tray. So I passed the trays out on the bottom on purpose just so I can see the dude Jim. You know what I mean? So I'm walking. When I get close to his cell, you know what I mean? I'm like, man, I feel bad, man. I was like, man, I get close to his cell. When I get to his cell, the lady opened his tray slot, boom, open the tray slot up. I walked to his door. I grabbed 2 trays. The lady already told us they had like 6 extra trays. She was like, y'all can get that, but I ain't want no chili mac. I grabbed 2 of the trays. I give him 2. I give 2 to his roommate, boom. So I see him in the back of the cell. He just looked. I was like, yo, Joe. He was like, here, man. I gave him another 2 trays. He was like, he came to the joint. He was like, his face, that's my word. His face was like that, y'all. He was like, the lady walked by. He was like, hey, Weezy. I was like, yo. I'm like, she kept going, opening the tray slide, backed up. When I looked in his cell, when I looked back, y'all, he had 1 foot on the ground, 1 foot on the toilet, y'all. He was like this. That man was pouring the trays down the toilet, y'all.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart just to open your eyes up.